Today is our last leg in Malaysia. Let's let it count, guys. Flying from Penang to Langkawi. Let's do this. Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back to our world tour. Part 4 now. We had a previous stream, ran for 3 hours, and we arrived here in Penang. Had some amazing food since then. I'll show you some of those delicacies, some amazing food I've had since I've been here. And we'll make our way to Langkawi, okay? We might have a bit of a not so friendly weather today based on the forecast. You know what? Let's have a look at that. Let me show you the flight plan. Let's hop in here. Guy is ready for us to go. Let me show you the flight plan and then we will look at the weather. So right now, this is where we are. Oh, let's turn off that GPS though. Don't want GPS in here. Penang. It's going to be a very short flight to Langkawi. But because of the weather, I chose to follow some procedures. So we'll be doing this IFR. We'll be trying to follow the procedures to a T. We'll be doing the Ombok 1 Charlie departure, where we will be taking the 04 runway, climbing up to 3,100 feet. Then we'll make a left turn on a 305 heading to intercept the 335 radial of this Penang VOR. So that's basically the line that you see that my mouse is tracing. Right, all the way to Ombok at or above 7,000. We'll be cruising at 8,000 feet today. Okay, so after that, it's going to be a straight path towards the arrival. A few miles later, maybe 45 miles later, maybe even shorter, we'll be arriving at Capco. That's 26 miles away from the Langkawi VOR. And this is where the interesting part starts. We'll be doing a DME Arc here, a DME Arc arrival. So we'll be turning left and then we will be joining for the approach to which runway is that? Runway 03, ILS 03 approach to Langkawi. So it looks pretty short but might be pretty interesting weather on the way, because if you look through here, that might not be the one, this one here. So if you look, and this is what we discussed in the previous stream, we tried to understand how to read this stuff. You can see we have cumulus clouds all throughout here, the hatched area from 3,500 all the way up. We have rising, ascending parcels all throughout. Might be convective activity, so we're not sure how the visibility is when it comes to 3,500 and up. So might as well plan for IFR. We'll see how that works, okay? Anyway, alright. Let's get going. I hope I didn't forget anything. Well, that's why we have our checklist, right? So, alright. Parking brake is set. Gear selector is down. Avionics. Let's double check that those are indeed all off before we start the engine. Yes, that is all off. Mixer is lean. Magnetos. Oh. Okay, good. I turned them off. Phew, I thought I forgot that. Okay, that's, yes, until now I still forget that oftentimes. Battery is on. We still haven't refueled. That's the one from the previous flight. Yeah, let's top it up. Top it up to 50% just to be on the safer side. Alright. There we go, looking good. Good. Fuel quantity is checked. Annunciator panel. Just checking that all the lights are working. Good. Okay, turn off the batteries for now then. Flight controls. Free and correct. Well, they are free. But are they correct? Left. Right. Good. Right. Left. Looks good. Push forward and back. Perfect. How about the flaps? 10, 25. What's this setting? 45? The full flaps extension? Nonetheless, everything seems to be well. And elevator trim in the neutral position. Perfect. Right. Glad to hear that you guys are enjoying this part as well. And for those who are not, don't worry. There's always the chapters, the timestamps you can jump to. You can move immediately to Takeoff or whichever part you are interested in. Alright, so I'm just looking at this to show the oil quantity, 6.5 quarts there. That's okay, that's good. Because we'll need to check that later. Okay. Done all of those. Engine all doors closed. Oil quantity at least 6 quarts. We do have 6.5, right? So that looks good. Everything, all the doors and latches are closed as well. Okay, good. Circuit breaker. Yeah, looks good. All in. Alternate air, that's this guy here, is off. Prop lever, max RPM. Fuel selector, fullest tank. In our case, they're even Steven, so left tank should be good enough. Alright, and now we can go for engine start. Great. Half travel on the throttle. Battery switch can go on. And alternator as well. Turn on the beacon. Love the sound of that. Good. Looking good. Alright, nav lights. Nav lights are over on this side. Fuel pump. Low or primer. And then I want to look at this one, so I'll zoom it in here. Look at the fuel pressure and the fuel flow. Primer. And as I put the mixture forward, fuel pressure rises, fuel flow rises. That should be enough. Good. Enough priming for that one. Good. Clear prop. Now we can turn the ignition on. Start it up. Mixture to forward. Full forward. Full rich. Pull back on the throttle. Set it down to 1500. Just how we like it. Looking good right there. And last thing to check is that the oil pressure, yes, it's in the green. Awesome. Oh, I love that. The sound actually changes depending on where I'm looking. If you guys are wearing headphones, are you hearing this? That is amazing. Didn't know such level of detail was there. Cool. Alright, landing lights. Let's turn that on. It's a bit cloudy. Avionics can go on. And let's tune in the radios. So let's turn on the comms. Nav 1, Nav 2. Put that to altitude reporting just so I won't forget later. The DME. And that's all we'll need today. Good. Now in terms of frequency, 116.2 will be Penang. That's alive. 0.7 miles away. And Langkawi will be 114.1. So 114.1. I don't expect us to see that yet, but we want to know when that comes alive, right? So 116.2, that's the Penang VOR. And if you go and check out the Navigraph departure here, Ombok 1 Charlie, that requires us to track the Penang VOR, Victor Papa Golf 116.2, on a 335 course. So before I forget that, let's plug that in. 335 course, so that's this one. That's 33. 335 should be somewhere, if I zoom in hard enough, it should be somewhere there, right? 335. 1 second, no, that is 345. Oh, maybe this one. Am I getting confused? That's 32, that's 33, that's 335. No, this is 335. Because that's 34, that's 35, that's 36. Okay, good. That's really correct. Good. So after takeoff, climb to 3,100, turn left 305 heading, 305 heading, and then intercept the 335 radial. Sounds good to me. Alright, how does the QNH look like? Let's go through it bit by bit. Alright, radios, transponder, altimeter. Yes, that's the one I'm checking now. So QNH in Penang is let me see, 1008. Okay, let's plug that in as well. 1008 should be somewhere there. That looks pretty consistent with the altitude, the airport elevation. It's 1008. Yes, we're almost at sea level, understandably. Good. Alright. Heading indicator, it's a 040 runway. So let's just put that there as a guidance. That should be the way we're facing when we're about to take off. Good. Taxi area is clear. Release the parking brake. Immediately check the brakes that they're working. Good. And we'll test for flight instrumentation and avionics. Runway should be right there, pretty close to where we are. So let's start moving. And we will do the run-up procedures as well. And as always, if you're not a fan of these parts, you can easily skip using the timestamps, the chapters, I think YouTube calls it now. But yes, I'm really glad to hear that a lot of people are enjoying this part because I'm a huge fan of it as well. Let me have a look at where the windsock is though. I want to face the wind when we do our run-up. Once again, where's the windsock? Actually cannot see it. No, there it is. Okay, should be nothing really specific, but I'll try and face this way. Interesting looking bridge there. Is that a bridge? Yeah, it looks for people only though. Alright, it's a taxiway here. But the runway should be almost nearby. One second, let's look outside. Yeah, there's the entrance to the runway. Looking good. So we could just actually maybe stay here. Maybe over here should be fine. Let's face the runway. Don't think there's anyone else here anyway. Something like that should be good enough. Parking brake. Let's do the run-up. Parking brake is set. Mixture is rich. Prop RPM lever is max RPM. Set the throttle to 2000. Let's go to this view. Let me hide that so we can see better. 2000 RPM is right there. That's a bit loud. That's more like it. 2000 RPM. Let's go and check each magneto. So let's go and fix that fully to 2000. There you go. Okay. Moving to the left mag. You're seeing that drop. 100 RPM. 150. In yesterday's stream, it actually dropped around 200. Yeah, now it's still dropping. I think it will eventually drop to 200 again. I'm not sure why that is. Is that just a bug with the aircraft? So I'm not sure how to fix that. If anyone has an idea, let me know, okay? And let me know if in reality that would cause a problem. I think it might. So we might have to get this checked. Moving to the right, magneto. See that drop, 100 RPM. 150 should be the max, but seems to be it's dropping ever so slowly up to 200 RPM, which is not something we like really. Yikes, yeah, look at that. That's a 200 RPM drop right there. Not ideal. Switch to the left mag. At least they are consistent, right? Consistently lower. Go back to both. Alright, let's say that's checked. Magnetos back to both. Yes, indeed. Looking good. Vacuum gauge 4.9. Looks good there. Oil pressure in the green. All temperature pretty high because we are really revving it up here. Ammeters, yes, that's checked. Annunciators, we tested that a while ago, but double check. Propeller, let's go ahead and exercise that one. So we should be able to just pull on the prop and immediately bring it back up. That should go with the RPM there. We need to go back 2000. It does take a while. Not sure if that's normal. Let's do that one more time. And one more for good measure. I think they do it normally 3 times, right? Okay. Good, at least. Yes, the prop governor does respect the propeller lever to a point. Alternate air is off. Aux boost pump is off as well. Fuel pressure looking good there. Engine idle, so now let's pull back on the throttle fully and see how low the RPM can go. From what I've seen before, it only goes up to 700. Should be around 600 to 650 it says here, but it's not an exact science. Okay, so let's go back now to 1200 RPM. And we should be good for our run-up. More or less good, although that drop in magnetos is a bit concerning, but we'll see. We'll hope that that does not cause any significant problems. Right, alternator is on, batteries are on. Let's go and release the parking brake here. Make our way to the runway. As we enter the runway, let's turn on our strobes. Landing lights are already on. Aux boost pump, let's put that to low. Still not sure why that's off here in the checklist. Fuel selector is fullest tank. Oh yes, I have to have my timer again, don't I? Let's use this as the timer. And just remember to keep looking down. Right. Engine gauges look good. Entering the runway. Runway looks clear. Right, mixture is rich. Prop RPM lever is max RPM. Flaps are fully retracted, fully up. Trims are set. Cabin doors closed and latch. Alright, we are good for takeoff here. Sign it up. Runway 4 on the marker. 040 on the heading. Looks good right there. Okay. Finally ready for takeoff. Love it. Yeah, start the timer. Remember? Climb to 3,100 and then turn left to 305 degrees or something like that, right? 40 inches. No overboost, that's good. Keep center line. Taking a look at the instruments as well. Nothing goes too much in the red. Actually, nothing goes to the red. Airspeed's alive. Waiting for 70 knots. 70 knots, there it is. Applying a gentle back pressure on the yoke, and we start our gentle climb. Love it. That's the kind of takeoff I am fond of. Awesome. Right, let's keep it climbing. Pitching for around 100 knots. Goodbye, Penang. Amazing stuff. Tap the brakes. Gear up. You can see the ammeter getting loaded in there as the landing gears go up and then going down again. So really a huge load on the electrical systems. Oh, there's the bridge. I think that's the what do you call that? Penang Strait or something. But yeah, there are like two main bridges here connecting Penang with the mainland in Malaysia. It's pretty cool. 1,000 feet. Let's turn off the fuel boost pump and the landing lights. That thing can turn on as well, the automatic landing gear extension, so it stops blinking and irritating us. Might be a good sign. So let's have a look here, 1 second. Let me put this in my other view. We have Bushtalk Radio here. I'm not loaded in, but I'm just going to play it. Because this is Georgetown, I think. Capital of the Penang state. Yes, let's go and play that.
Georgetown is the capital city of the Malaysian state of Penang. Georgetown is Malaysia's third most populous city with 708,127
Pulling back on the throttle.
in 2010, while Greater Penang is the nation's
2450
second-largest
RPM.
conurbation with a population of 2,412,616. The historical core of Georgetown has been inscribed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 2008. Established as an entrepot by Francis Light of the British East India Company in 1786, Georgetown was the first British settlement in Southeast Asia. Together with Singapore and Malacca, Georgetown formed part of the Straits Settlements, which became a British Crown colony in 1867. It was
Interesting.
subjugated by Japan during World War II, before being recaptured by the British at war's end. Shortly before Malaya attained independence from the British in 1957, Georgetown was declared a city by Queen Elizabeth II, making it the first city in the country's modern history. Due to the intermingling of the various ethnicities and religions that arrived on its shores, Georgetown acquired a large eclectic assortment
Let's have a
of
look outside.
colonial and Asian architectural styles.
Oh, this
It
might be the
also
Strait.
gained a reputation as Malaysia's gastronomic capital
Oh.
for its distinct and ubiquitous street food.
Okay, that's enough. So that first bridge we actually saw was Sultan Abdul Halim Wadsam Shah Bridge. This one, the second one, this might be the Penang Strait. Does look straight, doesn't it? Anyway, 3,100, here we go. Starting our left turn towards the, towards a 305, did I remember right? Yes, 305 heading. Making sure that our turn coordinator is saying that we are in that standard rate of turn, so only until that line. 305 is coming up, so let's start leveling out here. Continue our climb as well. Pushing forward on the throttle to maintain that 33 inches of manifold pressure. 305 should be right there. Perfect. Alright. That's looking good. I also recently learned that it's, what do you say? In the arrow, well, even in a, regardless if it's a normally aspirated or a turbo aspirated arrow, normally we keep the mixture full rich, especially when we're not climbing that high, and especially in a turbocharged arrow like this one, we keep it full rich, and we only start leaning it when we are on cruise, but during climb we keep it there, which is no problem to me. That actually keeps things simple, so no complaints there. 305 on the heading. That should be actually somewhere here. That should be fine. Just aligning my heading there. Let's have a look if we have Penang. There it is. Goodness, that looks amazing, doesn't it? For a city that's completely built by the sim, this looks amazing. Wow. Oh, 1 second. I think I'm losing my heading. Let's go back. Huge stutter there. Alright, let's see. There is the Penang National Park as well, which I think we are passing through. So let's play a bit of that view.
The Penang National Park spans
Might be this one.
1,213 hectares of land and sea and is used by scientists, researchers, and nature lovers to explore its natural treasures. Previously known as the Pantai Ake Forest Reserve, this pristine site is known to harbour 417 flora and 143 fauna species. Pantai Ake Forest Reserve, located at the northwestern tip of Penang Island, was declared the Penang National Park in April 2003. Penang National Park is the first protected area legally gazetted under Malaysia's National Park Act of 1980, signifying the state and federal government's environmental protection efforts.
Let's have a look outside
Penang
again.
National Park was established to preserve and protect flora and fauna as well as objects with geological, archaeological, historical, ethnological, scientific, and scenic interests. Natural attractions of Pulau Pin.
So much info. Okay, looks like the weather isn't that bad, huh? At least here below, it's not that bad. You have some nice views all around. That's great. Although as we get closer to Langkawi, that might change. And yes, Langkawi is actually alive already. The VOR went up almost as soon as we took off a while ago. So you can see here, that's the Langkawi VOR. And if you want to go straight there, it should be on this course. On a 333 course. Pretty cool. Now it is taking quite long for us to reach this 335 radial on the VOR. But okay, that's fine. So maybe I can ask the help for autopilot now so we can start touring the place. Let's go to Omni here. They say, the manual says that's the best spot. Omni for following VOR radials. The nav I think is better for GPS, so let's stick to Omni here. And let me turn on heading as well and AP on. Right, so let's follow that radial. We have to be mindful of our altitude. 8,000 feet is where we're planning to intercept it at, or planning for cruise. Now that does not follow the departure anymore, so I think I might have to change that. Yes. So I should have gone to heading first so that we stick to 305 as published in the chart. And then when we're closer, when that needle, that HSI, that yellow needle starts moving, only then should I actually switch to Omni. That's the better practice of doing that. Right? Looking good. My climb rate is significantly slower though. But that's because I forgot to push forward on the manifold pressure. Get it back to 33 inches. There you go. It's powering up again. I've been reading in the forums as well. They've been saying there might still be a bug with the mixture. Even in a turbocharged engine like this, you might need to lean it during climb, even on lower altitudes. We'll have to observe that, because yes, it does seem like our performance is limited, and then when I pull back on the mixture, you'll see the fuel flow increasing. And then at some point it will decrease. I don't think that should be how it works. I don't think so. Yeah, look at our performance now, guys. Went from 500 feet per minute to 1,000 feet per minute because of that change in the mixture. So yes, it does seem like there's a bug still in the mixture setting. A turbocharged engine shouldn't need to have that kind of leaning in there, but for now let's just live with it. Right, well, it's an additional thing to take care of, so that should be fine. The needle is moving now, so we can switch to Omni here. There you go. Now the plane should start turning right ever so slowly so that it will follow that radial perfectly. And we are 14 miles away, 14 DME from the Penang VOR. That's perfect. That's great. No problems there. Right, so let me have a look. What did we have? What did we see in Penang as we were staying here for a couple of days? Well, we had lots of food. Penang is most known, for me at least, for its amazing Malaysian food. I'm actually not sure what is the specialty in Penang. I'm just sure that whatever you have there should be pretty good regardless. And did I just miss my cruising altitude, guys? Why did no one tell me? My bad. Let's go lower here. 8,000. That's me being too busy trying to think too much of food and missing my cruising altitude. My bad. Let's get back on 8,000 and we'll set it up correctly. I'll get you back on the tour, okay? And then we'll lean the engine and we'll think about switching fuel tanks maybe after that. Looks good. While we're descending here, let's double check that we didn't miss anything. Yeah, takeoff looks good. That's the climb. Cruise climb is 33 inches, 104 knots, 2450 on the prop speed. That looks good. Cruise. Yeah, nothing bad there. Okay, looks good. Can take care of that. Still not descending enough. Interesting. Might have to push on this. There you go. Is that the boat? It is. It might be one of those boats that the mod I recently added gives. I forgot what the name of it is, but it should be in the mods list. Link is in the video description. Okay. yeah, it adds boats all over the world and with realistic routes by the looks of it. Pretty interesting stuff. And it's all free. It's available in FlightSim.2. So thankfully the weather is actually pretty good here. I might have read that a bit wrong. So I saw cumulus clouds as of 3,500, but maybe the cumulus clouds aren't everywhere. Yeah, it looks like the cloud layer is way above us still. Didn't read that properly enough, I guess. Alright, there's 8,000 finally. Let's go to 30 inches here. That should be a good cruising manifold pressure setting for economy. Looking good. Alright, let's lean that out. Let's trim that out. Let's pull back on the throttle. Go to 2,200. Right there. Should be good. Got some more gentle hum of the engine. Let's make sure I trim it to 8,000. Let's see, over here we can start leaning. So if I pull back on the mixture, we're looking for peak EGT here. Okay, I went past it. Peak EGT should be somewhere there. Perfect. Alright. And that should be the most economical setting. We lose a bit of airspeed, but we gain a lot of fuel economy. So if looking at the fuel flow, we are at 10 gallons per hour. That's perfect. Alright, there you go. 8,000. Let's stay there. Let's double check our speeds, our true airspeed. So let's go ahead and put in 8,000. What's the temperature outside? It's around 20, more or less than 20, but pretty close. So the 8,000, the 8 here, I'm going to match on the 20 degrees temperature on this side. So 8 goes to 20, which is somewhere there, right? So we should be around 150 knots true airspeed based on this. And currently we are at 149 knots ground speed. That's perfect. So we have like 1 knot headwind. That's cool. So barely any winds here, as expected. Still a bit curious how to read that properly though, that cumulus thing. There's Langkawi already in front of us. Oh, nice. There's Langkawi. Okay, we'll have to brief the arrival soon enough. It's pretty quick. Let's first move to runway heading. No, not runway heading. Heading mode. There. So I will be switching the frequencies. So I'm going to use 114.1 so that we're tracking Langkawi. And let's see here. The 335 radial. So that's 330. 345 should be this one, more or less. Right, let's let it follow that one. Good. So we're 45 miles away from Langkawi. Let's have a look at the chart first. Oh, but let's first switch tanks here. I'm going to miss that again. Right, we have less fuel on the left tank, so that's perfect. We're switching to the right tank. Makes sense. Double check fuel pressure is good. No coughing on the engine. Everything looks fine. Turn off the boost pump. Perfect. Okay. So let's see. Let's have a look at the arrival. If I go check that out here. The arrival, there it is. So at 26 DME, should be at Capco. That's fine. So we are somewhere here before Capco. And at 17 DME, that's the crucial point we start our left turn. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting arrival, guys. Especially if you're not familiar with a DME Arc. It's going to be quite interesting. That's 330 actually what I said. 335 should be this one. It's kind of hard to see with the HSI. But if you look at this dial here, that's more 335, right? Like that, that's 335, perfect, okay. Pull up, make sure we stay at 8,000. Autopilot is not managing altitude for us. Lots of boats below, I like it. So even if you're in the middle of the sea, it's actually not too bad, you still have some company. I like it. Good. Where are those guys? There's one. I saw one more a while ago. There's one more. Yes. Pretty nice. Must be pretty cool having them up close too. Like that. Alright, so let's brief the arrival here. So 17 DME is going to be the magic number. Alright, let me plug it in like this so I can see the altitude, if we are losing altitude or not. Making sure I'm trimmed properly. So 17 DME. And the interesting here is, so this is the 335 course, right? 335 course towards the VOR. At 17 DME, we make a left turn 90 degrees. So we should set the heading up 90 degrees from 335. So that's what? 335 minus 90 is what? 245 degrees. So we'll be turning left on 245 degrees. But if we keep on that 245 degrees, like follow my mouse here, then we'll end up like this, right? We'll end up far away, going away from the airport. So actually, what we'll be doing is turning left to 245, but eventually, we'll be turning right to 255, 265, 275, all the way until we go to and intercept the localizer on runway 4. So we kind of slowly make our right turn, and we do that in 10-degree increments. So we'll be tracking the 155 radial from the VOR here, and then we'll be tracking the 145, the 135, the 125, just so we know that we are always in that 15 DME arc, and we know when to move that heading. It's all a bit confusing at the moment, but bear with me, and we'll go through that as we get nearer, okay? But for now, just trust me on this. We've done the same thing on the previous stream and it kind of worked, surprisingly enough. So we'll see if we can do that a second time. Alright. But yes, let's go and tour it a bit first. We have a bit of time. We're at 35 miles here. Good. So let's see. Eating. Let's see what else we can find. Can we get some photos in? Oh yeah, lots of temples, right? And of course, going on tours all around. Bit of city, bit of nature. Lovely. I really want to go. Still haven't. Neither Langkawi nor Penang I haven't gone, even though I'm so close. I live in Singapore, for those who are tuning in to the series. Now what can we see in Langkawi? Maybe that's something we could check. Langkawi, that's the one. Explore Langkawi. I think this is more like a beach type resort kind of vibes. It does seem like it. Lots of those, yeah, definitely. Looks like there are some interesting bridges as well, and of course the food. Cable cars. Wow. If you're afraid of heights, this might not be your thing, but look at that bridge. My goodness. I would love to take photos there. For those who are regulars in the channel, you'll know that I'm pretty much a fan of taking photos in bridges. So that might be up my alley. What is this? There's actually like a glass component of the bridge, I think, so you can look down, literally. That looks pretty scary, huh? Oh my goodness, wow. Alright. That's enough touring for now. Let's get back to business here. We should be somewhere around here. Yeah, that's what we see. It should be cumulus clouds here, but it doesn't seem like it's rampant, so that's good news. And as we get closer to Langkawi, we should have some few clouds only below. Shouldn't be a problem, especially since we're shooting for the ILS. So we should have pretty low minimums. Yeah, shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, look at that. Langkawi actually changed now to VFR. Yeah, look at that. It was marginal VFR since 3 hours ago, and just now it went to VFR. That's pretty cool. That's perfect. It's like it's welcoming us. 1008 QNH. Few clouds at 1000, scattered at 2500, temperature 2.25. Yikes. That might have been the cause for the marginal VFR. Fog. Could be. Alright. Let's bring that back in here. 8,000 feet, 28 miles to go. Looking good there. No need for a switch in the fuel tanks yet. But let's double check anyway. Yeah, right tank is still has way too much. That's perfect there. Awesome. Right. So, I'll keep this running for now, and then I'll bring you guys back when we are close to our approach, okay? Wish me luck. See you guys in a bit. Yeah, that looks pretty good so far. Langkawi right in front of us. But we'll still do the approach because that's interesting. And I like doing those instrument approaches. It's a good practice. Alright, so how far are we away? 23. Okay, perfect. 17 is when we should start turning left. Let me start preparing that. So, what did we say? 335 radial, or 335 course minus 90 is 245. So we should be turning left 245 degrees. That should be somewhere around here, right? 245. It's perfect. Yeah. Whoa! I see that lightning. Oh, goodness. Scary stuff. Okay, we'll have to be very careful. Very careful. Properly trimmed though. No need for anything else. Alright, we're ready to make that turn, but one thing that I could actually do is start descending to 7,000. Because at 17 DME, we should be at or above 7,000. What I'm a bit worried about is the descent rate that we need to be at. Let me show you what I mean. So at 17 DME, we should be at 7,000. But if you look here, that when we're on the 204 radial, that's when we start our right turn towards the final approach course, right? So that we are lined up perfectly on runway 04. But at that point, we should be at or above 2,500. And the approach itself, we should be at 2,100 when we intercept the glide slope. So it's kind of a steep descent, isn't it? From 7,000 to 2,500, we need to lose, what, 4,500 in a matter of few miles. That might actually get a bit hairy. Right, let's get back to 7,000 in here. Make sure not to breach that restriction. 7,000 coming up. 7,000 is also the minimum en route altitude for this airway that we're currently at, so we are in there perfectly, no problem. Right, let's just hand fly this altitude to 7,000. Look at that, look at the DME guys, we're almost there. We are almost there. So as we make our turn to the left, I already have the heading set, right? 90 degrees to the left. There we go. 17 DME. All I need to do is go to heading mode here, and the plane should take care of descending or of turning left for us. And then I can start my descent. Just try and descend as fast as I can. I didn't do any maths there. Maybe I should have. And what I'll do in addition is I'll move the course 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 degrees to the right. So basically what I'm doing is the course needle was facing this way, right? From this to there. Now I'm turning it to the right so that it's looking for somewhere here, so that I know when I'm in that position. And when I'm in that position, I can turn more to the right, look for the next position, and when I'm there, I can turn more to the right, and that's how I know when I turn to the right bit by bit. So that's what we're doing now. We're waiting for this to align, and then we'll turn the heading right 10 degrees, and then we'll move the course right 10 degrees again, until we actually get to where we need to go, which is the 204 radial. This 204 radial is when the tail of that arrow hits 204, which is somewhere here. Then that's the time that we will be turning right towards the final approach course, towards runway 040. Yeah, but until then, should be okay. Alright, there it is. That's perfectly lined up there. So now we start our turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And do the same here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. We're continuing our descent, pushing the mixture just a tad. Now I have to double check here. Yeah, we are a bit off either because of there might be winds or might be I turned too fast. So I'll have to adjust that a bit with the because we should be at what, 15 DME, 15 DME, and I'm at 16. So I have to move to the right for a bit. So what is this heading? 2425, around 255 heading. So let me move to the right a bit, just so we can get close to 15 DME. Follow that DME arc better. There you go. Get closer. We're getting on that radial, so we have to start moving. That's okay. So let's follow that 15 DME first. Continue descending. There's the course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. Let's get closer. Yeah, still not close enough because we have to factor in the winds as well. If there are winds, then it might blow us from one direction to the other. And we don't really have complete visibility on that. So the best we can do is double check always the DME. There's 15 coming up. That's great. So now we should be able to go back to 90 degrees from this course that we set. That looks good. 15.1. Alright, let's go back 90 degrees here. That should be perfect. So that's what, a 010. So 90 degrees would be a 270. That looks perfect. And we will adjust from there. Okay. 3,000 feet now. Remember, we need to be stopping at 2,500 feet. Okay, that's perfect. We actually could make that descent no problem. Good. Okay, good. I am a bit going below, going closer. So let's turn to the left a bit. Let's also make sure 9, 10. Is it somewhere there? Oh, maybe, I hope. Something there, I think. I lost count, guys. That might be a bad move. But it's okay, we're still around the 14, 15 DME. And don't go beyond 2,500, please. Oh, I'm messing this up. Alright. There you go. Got it close enough. There it is. Okay. $2,500. Keep it there. It's perfect. Need to move to the left. Still a bit being blown. So I guess maybe the winds are coming from my left here, pushing us inward. Now we are pretty close. Where is 204? Yeah, I think actually 204, we're almost there already. So that's 200. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can actually almost start turning to the right here. Now I have to tune in the ILS as well. 114.1 is the VOR, but the ILS is 110.7. So I have to start tuning that in a bit as we make our turn, that is. Let's turn more to the left here. So we are a bit close, 15 DME. I actually did this a bit better yesterday. Maybe because of no winds. The wind component I still have to get used to. But that's okay. Alright, there we go. That's 204. So now let's start turning to the final approach course of 034. Start tuning for that localizer as well, 110.7. There we go. 034 is what we want, and now we can arm it, the localizer in the air, localizer norm, so that the plane can follow that for us and intercept that for us. There's the ILS, perfect. Okay, good. Not too shabby. So now we can start descending to 2100 if you look at the chart. Right, 2100, stay there until we intercept the glide slope. So now we can continue our descent. Awesome. And there's Langkawi in front of us. Good. Not too shabby, I'll take it. We could have actually done a visual approach here with the weather, how it is. But just to be on the safe side, it's good to practice these instrument approaches, as eventually we will need it for sure. Also, Thailand should be right across past this island. So if you see the land there past this island, yes, that is actually Thailand already. So next episode, guys, the next part of our trip, we will be crossing over to Thailand. Very interesting. So let me know if you have some specific suggestions on where to go, airports to go to, or specific places, and we can include that in the trip, okay? Good. 034, 2100, that looks good. Keep it there. Awesome. There's the glide slope. 1 dot away, that's perfect timing. Let's lower our landing gear. Speed check below 133 knots. Right. Landing gear going down. Keep it up though here. Looking good. Let's do our gums check. Gas. Oh, of course I missed that one too. But actually, no, it's good. Right tank is still a lot. It's very interesting. So we are in economy mode, so the right tank is almost the same, even more than the left tank is. So we don't need to switch tanks actually. Cool. Alright. There's the glide slope, perfect. Now we can start our descent and follow it down. Start pulling back here, so we can lose some speed. And so we can deploy flaps. So gas, good. Undercarriage. 3 greens. Mixture full. Prop RPM full. Switches. Turn on the landing gear. Boost pump. Wrong switch again. There it is. Automatic gear extension. Awesome. Lessen the gas a bit more. Right. Flaps. Flaps 10 should be good. Descending a bit too fast here. That's more like it. Put some airspeed, trimming it out. Okay, let's go ahead and turn off the autopilot. Might as well hand fly this the rest of the way. Visibility is very good. Flaps 25. Pushing forward to fight that tendency to pitch up. Hello, Langkawi. That is looking great, guys. Yes, just a tad of crosswind from the right by the looks of it. Should not be an issue. Man, okay, might be spending a couple of days here. Beaches all over the place. Love it. Poppy lights and glide slope are not aligned, because in the glide slope it's saying I'm low. No, actually they are aligned. It's telling I'm low on both cases. So let's go and follow them. Let's pitch up here a bit. There it is. 2 white, 2 red. Let's wait for the glide slope to also go to the middle. Awesome. Full flaps. 75 knots approach speed. Looking good. Catching up. Alright. That looks perfect. Steady as she goes. So this is also a custom airport that I downloaded from flightsim.2. Hopefully by next episode, maybe next episode we'll do more of a visual flight, huh? Less about approaches and more just enjoying the scenery. That might actually be good, especially for a place as scenic as this one. I've heard from you guys that Langkawi is amazing in real life. Might be good to tour it out from above, visually, see what it offers. Alright, there it is. Runway 03, looking as fancy as ever. Okay, little bit of left rudder. Pull back, just let it sit there. There we go. Not too shabby. I'll take it. Nice. Now how does the airport look like? Where should we be turning off to? Looks like the ramp, the taxiway towards the GA ramp is all the way at the end. Yeah, you can see it there. Welcome to Langkawi, everybody. Looks like the weather is not happy, but glad we made it in time. Just keep it here. Don't clean up the plane until we clear the runway for good practice. Keep it in the center line all throughout. Is that a taxiway? No, not really. Should be somewhere here though. Oh, that is beautiful. This custom airport is amazingly done. That actually looks so different from the default one. One glance and you already know that it's a completely different beast, huh? Is that a custom logo even? Yeah. Malaysia Airports. Cool stuff. Maybe that's their logo. Okay, this is the taxiway. Indicated as such. Perfect. It's a 12,000 foot runway, guys. Oh my goodness. This is an international airport. Airliners can land here easily, no problem. Sea level, 12,000 foot runway. Oh my goodness, and runways as wide as can be. Yeah, winds are pretty calm as well, minimal. Now where should we go? That looks like the GA ramp right there. Okay, now we can clean up the plane. Open the windows. Flaps up. Landing lights going off. Actually, that one is okay as well, but kind of want to explore this side. Airport Fire Rescue Service. Very nice. Redland FBO. Langkawi. The wonders of Langkawi. There's even a billboard. Look at that. Well, that's a warm welcome. I'll take it. Thank you. Okay, let's park here at Redland FBO. Kinda love the sound of that. Let's maybe sit right here by the billboard. Oh, that's a perfect parking. I think I like that. Alright guys, let's enjoy the beaches of Langkawi. Good. Let's keep that at 1000 RPM. Just not to spoil the spark plugs as we turn off our avionics. Looking good there. Alright. Did we forget anything else? Hopefully not. Turn off the strobes, that is. Good. Okay. Let's pull the mixture. Pull the propeller. Magnetos off. Beacons off. Nav lights off. Batteries. Fuel tank off. Batteries off. Awesome. Well, hope you enjoyed that trip, guys. Catch you in the next one. Let's do a visual flight next time if the weather permits, that is. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Clumsy flying, and catch you in the next tour. Bye-bye.